Hi, everybody, and welcome to another eBay SuperSize sales of $100 or more. Today's date is May 10th, 2022. The sales in this video come from my Facebook group, where we have a dedicated thread every month for sales of $100 or more. We are still working through April sales, so even though we are in May now, we are looking back at sales that occurred in April. And in case you have not heard, in celebration of posting the 500th video this week and its 4-year anniversary, I am offering a limited time free trial to the Premium Library. I feel like not enough sellers know or understand what this resource offers and how the information can help your eBay business, whether you are a beginner or a seasoned seller who's been selling on eBay for many years. So rather than just telling you about it, I want to show you and give you the full experience of how my school works. And this has been my life's work since 2018 and will continue to be since I have seen how much it can help sellers succeed. So, what do you get with your free trial? You get access to everything in the library. Right now I'm at 499 videos. That's about to change, which is 132 hours of watch time. You get access to all the documents, downloads, flowcharts, everything in addition to the videos, and you can download anything you want or everything and keep it forever. I add new content every week, and on your free trial, you will be treated just like any other member and have access to unlimited email support. You can ask me any questions you want, and my guarantee is that I answer within 24 hours, usually much less. One of the best things about the Premium Library while you are watching the videos, there's no advertising. And you can cancel anytime you want. There's no pressure. You can access the information on any device. If this free trial sounds like something you want to try, just send me an email at suzanne@suzanneawells.com and ask. If you don't ask, you don't get. And I really can't wait to start helping you with your eBay business. One of the responses I love to hear from my students is, "Oh, I didn't know that. I've been selling on eBay for 15 years and I didn't know that." So come on in, check it out, and let's see if this resource can help you with your eBay business. Okay, and now let's put the focus back on the eBay community, all you amazing sellers out there that sold items for $100 or more. We're going to start with Tammy Kennedy, who was just 3 cents under the threshold, so I'm giving her an honorable mention. She said, "This vintage perfume was one of many tiny bottles I've had for years. They came from an auction and my cost was under $1. This one sold for $99.97 plus shipping within a few days of listing." This is vintage ICI. I don't know if that's pronounced IC or EC. Perfume cologne by Cody, 1/2 ounce. Sold for $99.97. Next up is Leslie Von Cannon. She said, "Bought at Goodwill for $3.49. I listed it for $110 and took best offer of $100. The original price new is $145. It sold in 2 days. It had 2 broken pieces as described in my listing, but it was not noticeable when the puzzle was completed. It's going to the United Kingdom. This is a Liberty Puzzles classic wooden jigsaw. $3.49, sold for $100. Shelley Carpenter Wood. Bought these for $5 at my local thrift store. Sold last night for full asking price of $100. Took a few weeks to sell. It's amazing how heavy these things are. The item is block tap shoes, men's professional tap shoes for dance, size 13, sold for $100 even. Brandon Haney. Bought at an estate sale yesterday for $4, sold on best offer today. Vintage Schwinn Bicycle Service Manuals, Volumes 1 and 2, sold for $100. Sherry Ogden in Canada bought a huge lot of salt and pepper shakers on Facebook Marketplace, so I have about $1 into this. Christmas, vintage, and Lefton is a triple whammy. I almost didn't post because I was going to wait for Christmas, but then heard Suzanne's voice saying, eBay knows no seasons. I'm glad I didn't wait. So these salt and pepper shakers, Lefton, made in Japan, sold for $100 and her cost was about $1. Sherry Isaacs bought this gown at a thrift store about 6 months ago. New with tag, retail for over $250. Sold for $100. I hope she loves it. It went from California to New York. BC BG Max Azria Marlin gown, size 4, periwinkle blue lace, maxi dress. And she didn't say how much she paid for it. So it sold for $100. That's all that matters here, I guess. Myra Como paid about $3 at an estate sale, sold within 3 days of listing for best offer of $105. I love finding good quality vintage lingerie. The item is vintage 1940s ivory, size 32 lace insert gown by Terrace. Oh, it's Trousseau by Terrace, and the material is rayon. $3, sold for $105. Nia Stevenson purchased at a local hardware store for $7. Can was very damaged. Sold for $105.99 in a week. Item is discontinued by the company. The item is Bruce liquid paste wax with cleaner, dark and rich finish. So it's a product for hardwood floors. $7, sold for $105.99 in a week. Lisa Bambachi. I've had this up, I guess, about a year, maybe even a bit longer. I paid $16 for all of them at a small local thrift shop. This price is for 4 sets of 2 plates, total of 8 metal enameled plates. The item is 2 Pottery Barn Green Chargers 12-inch plates, enamelware, sold for $107.80. Carol Hollis, 50 cents at a yard sale. It was in a shoebox on the ground. Sold within 2 hours or so of listing. Felt like it went quickly, so maybe I underpriced a bit. I got positive feedback from the buyer fast. Love these kinds of sales. This is vintage 1977 Yves Saint Laurent Opium Original Perfume. And I remember that opium perfume. It was quite strong. 50 cents, sold for $109. Sean Davis. Another online auction purchase for $40, sold for asking price in about 8 hours. This is my first pocket watch purchase and sale. I got this one to start learning about them and see how the market was. They always go for big money around here, so I figured I would see what all the hype was about. Not the most profitable sale I've ever had, but I'll take this all day long. All I did was wipe it down and take some pictures. First one going down as a success in my book, hopefully many more to come. Elgin Pocket Watch 1912 model. And he said he paid $40 and it sold for $109.99. Next up is Marla Sheary. She sold this Sylvania 13-inch TV VCR combo for $110.47. She got it at an online auction for $20 and it sold in less than 24 hours. So there is your motivation to get your items listed because they could sell right away. Okay, Andrea Pence Nolt bought this for $13 at Community Aid, sold for best offer in 6 weeks. Almost didn't buy it because I didn't want to ship it and also because art can take a long time to sell. I'm glad I took my chances. This is a vintage Bill William Egan. I'm not sure if it's a print or exactly what it is, but it's called We're Not Allowed to Cross the Street. That's funny. It measures 36 by 17 inches, so yes, kind of large to ship, but $13 investment that sold for $115. Great job, Andrea. Okay, Sean Davis purchased at online auction for $45. Took a best offer of $109 plus shipping right at 3 weeks. This is a vintage cool cigarettes ash can store bar display. $45 and flipped it for $109. Wendy Kruger paid $15 at a local online auction, sold for $120 plus shipping in 20 months. Hard to describe and probably needed to rework the title so it was more searchable. I still think this may be a designer piece, but it had no tag or hallmarks and I couldn't find anything like it. So her title was Basket Weave Dangle Necklace Pendulum Charms Gold Tone Vintage 17-inch. $15 and sold for $120. It took almost 2 years, so I commend you for your patience on that, Wendy. Diane Stumpf, beautiful lamp caught my eye. Paid $5 about a year ago. Sat in my office for about 9 months. Listed 3 months ago and took best offer of $120 last weekend. It is going to her summer home after sitting all winter in mine. Vintage, mid-century modern table lamp, cobalt blue, bubble melon glass and brass. $5 sold for $120. Tamsin Ramsey paid $6 for the pair at a local thrift store. The backs have some water damage. Listed for a couple of months for $135. Took an offer of $122 plus shipping. Best part is my partner said those will never sell. And sure enough they did. Vintage horses oil paintings pair. $6 sold for $122. Carla City found this game at Goodwill for $2.99. It was laying on top of the cart. Sold this game before, but first time finding it new in the box. The game is Key to the Kingdom, 1992. Golden Fantasy Adventure board game, new in the box. And you can see from the photo there, it's still in the shrink wrap. $2.99, sold for $124.99. Myra Como picked up for $2 at a garage sale, struggled with myself over keeping it. Finally posted it last night and it sold this morning for full asking price of $125. This is a Brahmin handbag. $2, sold for $125. Another example of get those items listed, they could sell right away. Tina Waltke paid $6 at the thrift store, picked it up because it looked interesting. Took several months to sell on best offer of $125. This is an Anthropologie Rebecca Rebouche, a tall tale platter tray, 17 1/4 inches by 13 1/4 inches, so like a serving tray. $6, sold for $125. Next up is Lynn Merritt, aka the Metal Detecting Woman. Paid $3 at my local thrift store. After a lot of lowball offers, these vintage Tommy Hilfiger overalls sold at full price. Took about 2 weeks to sell, and they sold for $125. Ginger Lamplight. I bought this off Facebook Marketplace on Tuesday of this week for $5. My mom actually found the Barbie and encouraged me to get it. She's got a good eye. I listed it the same day. Sold last night for full asking price plus shipping, and it's going to Kuwait. This is Barbie Renaissance Fair Doll 2010. $5, sold for $125.99. Okay, Tanya Egan Gibson has a bit of a story. I love hearing these backstories. Paid $3 at a church rummage sale in the summer, and she ended up in a bin of unlisted items because couldn't comp her and suspected that previous owner had added some trim to the figure's dress. Catherine's collection dolls and ornaments are all over the place in terms of worth. And there are so many different ones that even on Worth Point you can't always find them. I could tell that this one was a Mrs. Claus, but that was about it. I finally just quickly photographed her, listened to the requisite comments from my teens about how weird these figures are, and put her up at $129.99 plus shipping, figuring that the price was too high, but I could lower it after a while. She sold in a few hours for full price plus shipping. So $3, sold for $129.99, and this is a Catherine's Collection Mrs. Claus 11-inch doll. Anne Rice bought at a yard sale for 50 cents, sold in just a few days for $140. Handheld games can be profitable. I always look them up. This one went to Australia. This is a 1985 Nintendo handheld blackjack electronic game. 50 cents, sold for $140. Now we have Whitney Kruger, paid $20 at a consignment store, sold within a day of listing after sending out a 15% off discount offer. Buyer paid $140 plus shipping and handling. This is a lot of 5 vintage bunny rabbit metal chocolate Easter bunny molds with clips. $20, sold for $140. Rosanna Smoker. I found these boots at Goodwill for $12.99. I had them listed for 2 months. I sent out offers, but then someone just bought them for full asking price of $149.99 plus shipping. These are double H biker boots, motorcycle engineer tall, black leather with steel toe. $12.99, sold for $149.99. Jessica Cable Faber paid $12.95 at Goodwill and sold for $150 plus shipping. Almond Cow plant-based milk maker. Wow, that is an interesting item. Who even knew there was such a thing? $12.95, sold for $150. Jerry Jackson bought this new with $350 Saks Fifth Avenue tag silk blouse set at a garage sale for $3. Sold in about 6 months for best offer of $150. Had listed at $195. My best sale to date in my year and a half of selling on eBay. Congratulations, Jerry! So you can see the title there is New with Tag, Saks, $350, yada yada yada, silk line top and sheer jacket. $150. Her investment was $3. Next we have Karen Ayala. Bought this at a local thrift store for $3. Never heard of this show, but it appeared to be a complete set, and the religion category in general sells well, at least in the book market, so I took a chance. Took about 6 months to sell. This is called Youth Bites Chad Daniels Teen Spiritual Curriculum 30 DVD Set. $3, sold for $150. Katie Rogers Loftus. Been selling for almost a year and finally have some sales that can be added to this thread. Yay, Katie! Congratulations! First up, a Turbo Mania Volkswagen book my husband bought for $9 back when he was 16 and no longer needed. Had this listed for about 3 months and it sold for full asking price of $150. So free to her, sold for $150. Marla Marie Williams. Lagos Elephant in sterling silver. Started at $99.99 7-day auction, and it sold for $151.76. I paid $1 a while back. This is a little pendant or charm. Estate sterling silver Lagos Caviar Wonders Elephant Pendant 1 inch. $9.25, which means it's sterling silver. $1, sold for $151.76. Tanya Egan Gibson, again, paid $1 at an estate sale where there was very little else that interested me to buy. At the time, I thought I'd wasted my time driving there. Looked up the maker of the pennant and learned that they made them for boats and that some sold pretty high. Figured that since it was Halloween themed, I might as well list it high to see what happens. Listed at $225. Made an offer to a watcher a couple of days later for $200 and accepted counter offer of $175 plus shipping. Vintage Halloween Witch Nautical Pennant. Tailor-made. Taylor, Gloversville, New York. So $1 and sold for $175. And then Tanya has another one. Paid $30 for a huge lot of hair and beauty products at an estate sale. So this was probably $1 or $2 of that. Listed for $205 and accepted best offer of $185 plus shipping about 2 weeks later. I'm always staggered by how much people pay for beauty supplies, soaps, etc. This is Wen, W-E-N, Cucumber Aloe Cleansing Conditioner, 128 ounce with pump. So it's a gallon. And she said she paid $1 or $2 for it. It sold for $185. And now we have probably what is the creepiest item of this video. Sorry, Renee Orr, but dolls like this just kind of creep me out sometimes. She said this was also purchased at an online estate sale auction, paid $40. Had it listed for $249.99 for a while, added it to my 25% off sale, and it sold for $187.49. This is a rare Christine Orange Maisie life-size 37-inch vinyl girl doll with the certificate of authentication. $40, sold for $187.49. Creepy or not, it sold for good money. Zachary McDore says, this is interesting. I bought this modern remake of the Commodore 64 computer new on Amazon in January for $123 with free shipping. I used it once, and last week I listed it on eBay to try and get some of my money back. Apparently it's not available on Amazon anymore. C64 Maxi Commodore 64 System Retro Computer Gaming. So he paid $123 and flipped it for $192.50. Basically got his money back and a little bit extra. Nicole Stevens Nichols paid $22 for this beautiful antique bridal basket from an estate auction. Sold in about a month for $199.74. And that is our cover item this month. Antique bridal basket, hand painted, crimped glass, blue floral Victorian petite, $22, sold for $199.74. And of course, it wouldn't be a SuperSize video without KC. He said free books sold for $212.50 on 7-day auction. Title is Lot of 13 Vintage Leather Limited Edition Franklin Library Books, Chaucer, Doyle, Kipling, Carroll. Free and sold for $212.50. We've got Sherry Ogden again. She said, free to me. I was cleaning out my closet and found my old camera gear. Posted for $250 and took a best offer of $225 in about a month. I initially bought this to support my photography hobby using money I made off eBay. So really it was completely free to me. And you can see there it is a lot of various Canon lenses, camera, etc. $225. Okay, Sean Davis. Kind of sad to see him go. Such a cool find. Listed it high about 6 months ago. Ran a sale over the weekend that ended a day earlier than I had intended. Sent offers on 35 items this morning for the 20% off and a message saying last chance at the sale price. This was one of many that sold within the hour of sending out offers. Anyway, sold for $184 plus $30 in shipping. Purchased at a live auction along with a few others. Had $22 into this one. Woody Woodpecker Ceramic Cookie Jar, Walter Land's 1967 Looney Tunes collectible. And Sean, I just have one thing to say about this. I mean, come on, y'all knew that one was coming. I love Woody Woodpecker. I used to go around doing that laugh all the time. Funny little kid. Okay, moving right along. Kim Spence found this at a thrift store that was going out of business. They were originally asking $8, but got it for an excellent price of only $2. Can you believe that? Sold for full asking price of $230 and took about 3 weeks. Love to find atomic stuff. This item is EUC, which stands for Excellent Used Condition, Franciscan Atomic Starburst, Mid-Century Modern, 9 5/8 inches tall pitcher. $2, sold for $230. Anne Rice has something I would love to find because I think this would just be so fun to go through. These postcards were left over from all the ones I bought over the last 2 years. Okay, that makes me feel better that you didn't find all of these. Okay, that makes me feel better that you didn't find all of these together at one time. Anyway, she says, the ones I sold individually have paid for it all. So this sale is all profit. Sold on 5-day auction for $232.50. Buyer paid shipping. This is a lot of 2,200 postcards. Vintage, antique, modern, military, city, tourism, greetings. Wow, that is a lot of money for paper, but it's not just paper, it's history and it's collectible. Okay, The next item is from Cindy Kraus, and she has a bit of a backstory. She said, "My husband found this book at a thrift store last week for $2. He was floored when he looked up comps to see it was worth $300. There was only one for sale at $299, but a few had sold. I listed mine for $275, but when all my items went on sale, this one did too. It sold within a week for $238. I'm happy about that. I shipped it in a box, but it was easy to ship since it's not breakable. It's a very cool book. It's a time chart of biblical history with great illustrations, and we considered keeping it until we found out what it was worth. I had about given up on selling books on eBay since whenever I look them up, they are a dime a dozen, but now I have faith and will look up books in the future." Fun flip. The item is the time chart of biblical history over 4,000 years, charts, maps, lists, book, rare. So that's what it looks like. Sold for $237.97, and she said it was only $2. Okay, Lynn Merritt has another one. Oh, and look, it has to do with her metal detecting work. What a coincidence! She said, "Sold this metal detector headphone speaker module I had hanging around the house." Because, yeah, Lynn, we all have those just hanging around the house. She says, "It's from an old detector I sold a while ago. Free to me, priced at $225. Took a best offer of $200. Metal detecting equipment sells very well." Yes, especially if you know all about it like Lynn does. The item is MindLab CTX 3030 10 wireless module for headphones, speaker, new, never used, $200. Brandon Haney purchased at an estate sale on March 11th for $55.86. I almost lost it too. Was one of the first in the house, but they had moved it from the spot it was in the pre-sale pictures. Moved from a desk to the kitchen bar of all places. A woman picked it up right as I spotted where it was. I stayed close, praying it would get set down. She hesitated twice, finally setting it down to my delight. Sold on April 13th after some counter offers. This is a vintage original 1934 Detroit Tigers versus St. Louis Cardinals World Series program. $210. And Brandon brings up a very good point. I wonder how often we do that as resellers. You know, you've got your eye on something, whether it's in a thrift store or at an estate sale, and somebody picks it up and they're carrying it around. And you can tell, you can usually get a vibe that they don't know if they really want it, and you're just watching for them to put it down. This has happened to me in thrift stores, or I've seen an item in somebody's cart and I'm like, I wonder if they're actually going to buy it or are they just thinking about it? And sometimes it gets put down. So you have to have your super secret squirrel eyes peeled all the time, like watching what other people are doing, because things do get put back. I'm the worst. I put things back all the time because I find other items that are higher dollar and you can't buy it all. So that was a cool story. Okay, next is Mark Sherrill. Got for free from a library's free pile. Sold for $250 plus $9 shipping. Original McCabe and Mrs. Miller movie poster, 40 by 60 inches. Rough condition. So even in rough condition, it sold for $249.99, and he got it free. So always check that free pile, the free bucket, the free bin, whatever. Libraries are a great place to find stuff like that. Okay, Katie Loftus has another one. Also sold a J Strongwater Dragon on an Egg ornament. Found this critter at a yard sale for $10. Listed as an auction starting at $260 and sold within a week. thinking I probably could have got more, but I'm happy because I have a wedding to pay off. The item is J, Strong Water Signed 2014 Dragon on Egg Ornament with Box. And that is just striking and gorgeous. $10, sold for $260. KC has another one, of all things, ski boots. $25 at a thrift store, sold for $274.95 in about a week. These are Garmont Profit NTN Telemark boots, red, size, whatever those sizes are. Excellent condition. So I know nothing of winter sports, so these are either ski boots or snowboarding boots or something like that. Feel free to correct me because I am completely ignorant of this topic. $25, sold for $275 in about a week. And you can tell we're getting near the end of the video because I'm having trouble speaking. Okay, next is Jennifer Barrett. Purchased at a thrift store for $8.99. Sold for $279.99 plus shipping. Listed for less than 2 months. Actual listed price was $349.99, but buyer used a 20% off promo coupon. This is Mid-Century Modern Marshall Studios Art Pottery 9-piece carafe and cup set, matte black, and signed. So $9, sold for $280. All right, one more from KC. Filled a box of this network security stuff from the e-waste pile at our recycling center for $20. First piece sold for $289.95 in less than 20 hours. So this is a networking security thing that he sold for right at $290. Stacy Smith. My mother and I purchased this tactical backpack at a yard sale for $5. Sold less than 5 minutes after listing. Comps and other colors were in the $225 to $250 range. So the brand is Go Ruck, G-O-R-U-C-K, Bullet Ruck 15L Ranger Green Pack, never used. And yet another item that could possibly motivate you to get your items listed because this sold in less than 5 minutes. Okay, Tamsin Ramsey has another one. She said, we're moving, so I haven't listed anything in a couple of weeks and sales have slowed, but this one sold a couple of days ago. It's been listed for about 2 months. I converted it from a table lamp. I have about $65 into it. And I believe Tamsin talked about this during our podcast back a few months ago. She was working on this item. This is a vintage extra large amber swag light hanging pendant mid-century lamp, and she rewired it. Good for her. It sold for $300. And we're going to end with an item from George Kelly. He said, I bought this terracotta chimney cap at an estate sale last summer for $20. They didn't know what it was, but I did. 38 inches tall and heavy. They had used it as a garden decoration. Sold it for $325, pickup only. Took about 6 months to sell. Yes, and these things are super heavy. Antique terracotta chimney cap pot. Home garden decor. $20 and sold for $325. Congratulations to everyone for your amazing sales, and don't forget about my free trial offer for the premium library. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Keep posting those sales on the group because you can never have too much knowledge in this business, and this is a great way that everyone in the community can learn from each other. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day on eBay. Bye.